This video was created in aid of the British Heart Foundation and the Levern Valley Defibrillator Community Partnership. With donations from the public, the British Heart Foundation funds groundbreaking research that will get us closer than ever to a world free from the fear of heart and circulatory diseases. A world where broken hearts are mended, where millions more people survive a heart attack, where the number of people dying from or disabled by a stroke is slashed in half. A world where people affected by heart and circulatory diseases get the support they need. And a world of cures and treatments we can't even imagine today. We are backing the best ideas, the brightest minds, and the biggest ambitions, because that's how we'll beat heartbreak forever. To illustrate why we need to beat heartbreak forever, here is Sam and Chris Hughes to tell us about their dad and the Levern Valley Defibrillator Community Partnership.
Our dad Chris, he was one of a kind. He was hilarious and down to earth, and he had time for everyone around him. He was so outgoing. He loved his holidays down to Berwick every summer, and he loved going to the beach with our wee dog Scamp. He loved going to the local pub at the weekends and joining in for the karaoke.
On the 18th of March 2016, my dad was going to the gym most nights after work. This was just a normal thing for him to do. He had completed his workout, didn't feel unwell in any way, was doing his cooling off period on the treadmill and just collapsed to the floor. A man who worked in the gym at the time came over to see if he was okay, noticed that he wasn't breathing and started CPR. There was also an off-duty doctor at the gym at the time and she came over to help as well. At this point they knew my dad was in cardiac arrest. They continued to do CPR on him and also used the gym defibrillators on him a few times until paramedics arrived on scene. Paramedics eventually arrived, ejected him with adrenaline, and after 26 minutes they were successful in bringing him back. He was so thankful to gym staff, the ambulance staff and the NHS staff for looking after him throughout this time. He was so thankful they saved his life.
After his recovery, he wanted to help in the community. He found an advert in the local newspaper that someone was looking for volunteers in the area, as they had observed there was no public access defibrillators.
Levern Valley Defibrillator Community Partnership is a Scottish charity founded in 2018. Research revealed that those who collapsed outdoors due to a cardiac arrest needed to be given heart defibrillation immediately to increase their chances of survival. There is only a 6% chance of survival from a cardiac arrest without defibrillation. Discussions began in the area with several local organisations to raise funds for defibrillators. A grant was successfully applied for and research also carried out to identify a suitable defibrillator and cabinet. Premises on which may install the public access defibrillators were identified and owners of those premises were approached for permission to install them. There are now 14 defibrillators in the area of Barhead and surrounding areas.
My dad soon became treasurer of the Levern Valley Defibrillator Community Partnership. The charity is a community partnership. It's financially supported by local businesses, organisations, churches and individuals. As part of this community partnership, the charity also organises and runs free Heart Start Defibrillator awareness classes for anyone who applies to join a 2-hour class. These classes teach participants how to respond appropriately to someone who has collapsed, how to administer CPR and how to apply defibrillation. My dad always said that he hopes these defibrillators will never need to be used, but if they can help another family and save a life, he would be so happy.
October the 1st, 2020. It was just a normal Thursday. Dad had got up and gone to work just as normal. He came home for his lunch and he was heading in the direction of my mum's work, so he dropped her in. On the journey, the postman had stopped him and told him that he had a special delivery for him. Dad had been really wanting to buy himself this watch for a good few months, so he ordered it a few days before and it arrived on this day. He was so happy with his watch, he'd put it straight on and it fitted perfectly. He got back to work and was showing all the staff and even sent me a picture. I called him at 3:30 that day and he said he was just too busy to talk, that he would pop in and see me on his way home from work. which he did. He popped in to see myself and the kids, and then he went home as he was going home for his dinner.
After dinner, Mum and Dad went out to Defibrillator Hospital as they enjoyed walking around there at night with the dog. On the way back to the car, Dad had complained of a sore head. He was just about to get into the car when he collapsed and fell to the ground. My mum was with him, she never had her phone with her, and she was running and shouting for help. 2 dog walkers and a night porter from Defibrillator Hospital came to the aid of my mum. They'd started CPR on my dad whilst my mum called for an ambulance using one of the dog walkers' phones. Paramedics arrived on scene after 6 minutes, but after 40 minutes of CPR and trying life support on him, they were unsuccessful. He was just gone.
From this, I'm hoping to take on the role of treasurer for my dad. He loved being a part of the Levern Valley Defibrillator Community Partnership and making a difference to the local community. The aim of the charity is to roll out public access defibrillators throughout communities in the Levern Valley, to maintain them and to continue to deliver free, regular Heart Start defibrillator awareness classes. This is available to anyone in the community who wishes to learn more about how to keep a collapsed person alive whilst awaiting paramedics and an ambulance. There will be a Just Giving page available soon for people who would wish to donate to the charity. We aim to have a charity event in the future to raise money for more defibrillators in Barrhead and surrounding areas.
As soon as I wake up every night, it must